So there is a universally accepted rule in sports, right? Time is undefeated. When you hit your late 30s, your knees start talking to you, your pace drops, and you either retire or move to the punditry desk or play charity matches. We've seen it with Maradona, R9, Ronaldinho, Henry. It is just biology. But then there's Cristiano Ronaldo. It is April 2026. Cristiano Ronaldo is 41 years old, and I've been watching a lot of his recent games, looking at the data, and I just had to make this video. Because what he did at 40 and what he is still doing right now shouldn't be physically possible. So today, we're breaking down exactly how Cristiano Ronaldo broke the age limit in sports, how a guy in his 40s is still the most dangerous player on the pitch, how he completely hacked his biology, and why, with the World Cup just 2 months away, the rest of the world should be genuinely terrified. Let's get into it. So let's talk about data, because in sports we have a massive problem with nostalgia. We have a bias. We remember the flair, the drama, the specific moments that made us jump off our couches. Data, on the other hand, is cold and absolute. When you think of some of the greatest goal scorers of the modern era, you think of Thierry Henry with 411 career goals, Wayne Rooney with 366 career goals, Didier Drogba, the ultimate big game player, with 367, Andriy Shevchenko with 381. This basically tells us that to score 360 to 400 goals in a professional career means you were an elite, world-class striker for over a decade. Now, I want you to focus on Ronaldo, because since he turned 30 alone, Cristiano Ronaldo has scored nearly 500 goals. This is just absolutely insane, because normally we are told that 30 is the beginning of the end for a forward. You lose that half step of pace, the fast twitch muscle fibers start to degrade. But Ronaldo's old age career, just the goals he scored after turning 30, is statistically greater than the entire lifetime careers of Thierry Henry, Wayne Rooney, Didier Drogba, and even the old greats like R9, Marco van Basten. If we only counted Cristiano Ronaldo's goals from age 30 to 41, he would still go down as one of the greatest strikers in the history of the sport. Which brings us to the Saudi Pro League era. A lot of critics, and I mean a lot of them, said moving to al-Nassr was the white flag. It was the retirement tour. The logic was that he is stepping down a level. He'll score a few marketing goals and fade away. But let's look at the data, and I tell you, this criticism does not age well. In the 2023-24 Saudi Pro League season, Ronaldo played 31 league matches. He scored 35 goals. He added 11 assists. That's 46 direct goal involvements in a single league season. With this, Ronaldo won the Saudi Pro League Golden Boot. And then something happened in that same season, something that doesn't get talked about enough. Because of his stats in this season, he became the first player in history to win the Golden Boot award in 4 different top-flight leagues: Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, and Saudi Pro League. This genuinely deserves more recognition than it gets. Then he turns 40, and I remember people saying surely hitting 40 would be the wall. Well, it wasn't. During the 2024-2025 Saudi Pro League season, Ronaldo played 30 matches, scored 25 goals, and added 3 assists. And on June 8, 2025, Ronaldo won his second Nations League title, scoring 8 goals in 9 games in the tournament. And now, at 41, Cristiano Ronaldo has recorded 24 goals in 25 matches. That's basically 1-to-1 ratio. And allow me to put it in better context, just so you guys can know how crazy this is. He is currently registering a better domestic goal-to-game ratio than Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, and Robert Lewandowski. The only players currently beating his ratio in top-flight football are Harry Kane, his direct lead competitors Julian Quinones and Ivan Toney, then Lionel Messi. Managing a 1.0 goal per game ratio at 41 years old remains a statistical anomaly in modern football. A 41-year-old man basically outperforming 99.9% of active top-flight footballers, also while playing an average of 80 to 90 minutes per match. Ferdinand is absolutely right to say Ronaldo is sick, a sickness that doesn't allow you to get full. Because normal players, great players, legendary players, they eventually get full. They win the Champions League, they win the Ballon d'Or, they make their money, and they get full. The hunger fades. But Ronaldo, at 41 years old, is still starving. He is currently navigating his 40s with a statistical output that makes a mockery of sports science. He has completely broken the sample size for what an aging athlete looks like. So yes, the numbers are ridiculous. But as I said earlier, stats only tell us what is happening. To understand how he's actually pulling this off physically at 41, we have to look beyond the stats. We have to look at the biological hacking. So the obvious question at this point is how? And I think this section is actually the most interesting thing I'm going to say in this entire video. Because we've all heard that Ronaldo works hard. That's like 20 years of established information. But now there's data, an actual measured biological data that goes way deep. In May 2025, Whoop, a fitness and health tracking company, released a detailed analysis of Ronaldo's biological health markers. They ran a comprehensive test panel, months of continuous wearable data. And the final result revealed that his biological age is actually 28.9 years old.
That's amazing, 12 years younger.
So this means that I'm gonna play 10 years more football.
A 12 years gap between how old he is and how old his body actually functions. Pure insanity. None of this is accidental. This is 20 years of compounding decisions. Every meal, every training session, every hour of sleep, every ice bath, every recovery window, stacking on top of each other until you arrive at a 41 years old man whose body operates like a 29 years old. Which perfectly sets the stage for what's about to happen. The World Cup. It's April. We are exactly 2 months away from the 2026 World Cup in North America. After the 2022 World Cup, so many people wrote him off. They said his international career was done. They said he was holding back the new generation of Portuguese talent. But look at them now under Roberto Martinez. This team is an absolute powerhouse with an international trophy. And who is leading the line? A guy who completely owned his 40s, now stepping into a record-shattering 6th World Cup at 41. He isn't going to North America just to be a mascot or a passenger. He's going to be their spiritual leader, to be their ultimate trump card. This man still has one of the absolute best goal-to-game ratios in all the competitive world football leagues. This man still has a lot to offer to the footballing world. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll be down there reading through them. If you liked this breakdown, drop a like on the video. It genuinely helps the channel out. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.